J.P., how are you doing, sir?
I'm not too bad, Jerry. How are you yourself?
For the benefit of people listening, J.P McMenamin is the man I'm talking to, Castlederg. He's the man that writes all the letters from Rosie Ryan and about his son, Bon Jovi, and the lady at home with the cat. And indeed, you've got a couple of books published now, and people are ringing up here. Tell me what your books are and tell me where they're available.
Well, they're mostly available. They're all available in Easton's. That would be Donegal Place, Newry, and Enniskillen, Jerry.
So all Easton's, Newry, Enniskillen, and Donegal Place.
And round Castlederg.
And what do you mean round Castlederg?
Well,
are they lying in the street?
You know, round Castlederg could mean anything from a petrol station to a chemist shop.
So, well, anytime I go into a chemist shop, I always come out with a bottle of Lucozade.
No, you do. I used to do that too.
So I might go into a chemist shop looking for your book and come out with a bottle of Lucozade because I'm afraid to ask for it.
That's right. That's right.
Well, listen, now we get a lot of reaction from your stuff. A lot of people think it's very, very funny, and a lot of people have asked for copies of little letters that we have written out, that you've read out, that you've written. So when did you first get? Have you always written? I mean, were you always interested in that kind of thing? Or?
Yes, I was always an avid reader, Jerry.
Yes, that's what I keep
saying. But I didn't get into poetry till, later in life.
Yeah, well, that's what I've said to Mr. Coyle.
You gave me the inspiration for it, because I mind one day I was listening to your program, and some fella had a poem on, and I thought I could do that, Well,
did you start reading poetry as a result of something you heard in this program?
No, not actually reading poetry, Jerry. Just
writing it just
writing it, yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. And people say there's no educational element in this program.
No, there's none at all. No, it was the Rubber Man, I think, was the first one that...
The Rubber Man was...
if you could say hit.
It was a hit. The Rubber Man was the first one that made an impact.
That's right.
And we still get people asking... Do you know people keep reading that out in parties and stuff?
That's right.
Oh, yes. See, people write here. If they've got to make a speech or something, or if there's a kind of a do, and people don't know what to say, sometimes they hear a poem in this program and say, well, I could just read that. Bit of crack. And it's always your stuff they ask for. I don't know how many times people have asked for your stuff so that they can read it out at parties or do's or big nights or whatever. So
there you are. Now never get no royalties for it, Jerry.
Well, that's something I wanted to talk to you about. I think you owe me about 300 quid at the moment. Well, you should patent this stuff and copyright it, and then you could get money off these people.
But it actually is patented, Jerry, in the books,
I know that, yeah.
But to tell you the truth, I don't mind if people do me poems on any road,
No, I know you don't.
No.
Well, what did you do? I mean, are you a working man at all, or were you retired, or what kind of... Tell us a wee bit about yourself.
I worked in a woolen mill for 21 years.
In Castlederg?
Yeah, actually in Spammet.
It doesn't sound terribly exciting, that.
Yeah, it given me poverty and cirrhosis of the lungs, so I have a lot to thank them for.
Well, so you had to stop because of an illness that you contracted while you were working. Oh, that's a shame. And did you get any kind of compensation or anything?
No,
like that?
because the mill closed down.
Oh, dear.
Just after that,
Well, so it hasn't been a lucky time for you then, really, has it?
No, not really, but there's an upside. It was after that I started writing poems,
Well, is your health okay now, or do you still...
Oh, my health's fine, sir.
Oh, well, that's great.
Health's fine.
See, I always say that working is bad for your health.
Of course it is.
I mean, if you'd have stayed on the dole, you've been as healthy as a trout. Okay, so you're still writing away?
Still writing away, and probably 3 of my favourite poems are the ones that deals with the little sailor, which you give me the inspiration for. The little sailor's gone. I just think that is funny.
That's true.
I know it's true.
I tell him...
It's a wonderful thing to have. That should be on your epitaph. He inspired the little sailor.
You see that there? Do you hear that? Nothing is good.
Sorry, Jerry, what do you say?
Did you hear what he said?
No.
Just as well. I'm glad that you were protected from it.
Okay.
That was actually true, actually. One time, when I lived here in Derry, Stoke Londonderry, when I was a kid, like 17 or 18, well, younger than that, probably 15 or 16, there was at the top of our street, there used to be ladies of the night, let us say.
Sure.
Because a lot of sailors, at the time the NATO fleet used to come in here, they did all their exercises in the North Atlantic, North Atlantic Fleet, whatever you call them. And there would be 10,000 sailors here on a weekend for about maybe 6 weeks, and they'd be let off every weekend.
Sure.
Be 10,000 sailors. Can you imagine what that's like?
That's a lot of sailors.
And but I used to really enjoy it because they're all full, of course, and fighting and running after women. But there was never any. I was never afraid. I was never threatened. I have to say, I've never ever felt threatened by anybody, and always felt completely safe, even though I lived right in the middle of it, and I used to enjoy it. And you could see things going on around you. That if you saw them now, they'd be ringing Esther Ranson or going to
That's right.
social workers or getting
helpline.
counsellors. But
when
you
you
learned a lot about.
District, it's sort of different, isn't it, Jerry?
You learn about life. You find out
right.
how.
It's sort of natural.
Exactly, you find out how things are. You're not
That's
corrupted
right.
or anything because you're not involved in it. And
That's
at that
right.
time, nobody ever came near me or ever even spoke to me.
No.
And and I'm just a kid hanging about the street playing with the ball.
Sure.
And watching all this mayhem and prostitution and drunkenness all around me. It didn't do me a bit of harm, I don't think. But anyway, there was all these ladies at night used to
But
stand
made you the man here.
Oh, I hope not. But all these ladies of the night used to stand on the top of our street because there was shelter there. And there was
Sure.
one of them was particularly ugly. And I used to go and get chips, you see. And every time I could be going past the top of our street, all the girls said, "Give us a chip, thumb." And I used to give them chips and all. You see, and I go home and there'd be half a bag of chips. My mother said, "Why did you do that?" I said, "I'll give them to the girls up the street." Anyway, there's one of them particular. I can't remember her name, but she was particularly famous. She was very tall.
I think I might have got the wrong name in that poem. It might have been Lily, or it might have been something else.
I'm not quite sure, but she was very, very tall anyway.
Yeah.
And I remember going across this particular street. It was kind of an alleyway, and she was standing there
Sure.
and eating a bag of chips. And I said hello, and she said hello. She said, "Oh, has the little sailor gone?" Oh, I always loved that. And then I went, "Oh yeah, I see what you mean." Anyway, John, keep up your work and keep sending me stuff. And if anybody wants your book, what's the title? What's the one that's in at the moment? Angelina, is it?
That's Angelina.
But what about
Sure.
what was the one before?
Nuts and bolts.
Are both of them available?
Yeah.
Nuts and Bolts and Angelina.
Yeah.
So it's available in Eason's, in Belfast, in Enniskillen,
Newry.
and Newry.
Roundcastle there. If
Okay.
you don't want a bottle of Lucasade,
Yes, you go into the chemist, go in for a bottle of Lucasade and the book. Okay then. Well, thanks, John, it's nice to talk to you.
Well, Jerry, this is my first interview I've ever given, and you're a very nice man. You treated me very gently.
No, you're fine. No, it's not easy to get on here and talk about what
No,
you
it's
do.
not. It's not easy to put yourself out in the public eye,
Keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you again.
Okay, Jerry?
Okay, see you later.
And I'll get you that number of my nephew.
Yes, indeed. Oh, I forgot to talk to you about him.
Yeah.
Kieran McMenamin, well-known actor. That's your nephew. He's your
my
nephew. Yeah, you see the talent is in the family.
Yeah, well, it must be somewhere, Jerry.
All right then, John. See you later.
Thank you, Jerry.
Bye. What a nice man.
4 out of 10.
I'm not used to 4 out of 10. 4?
Mm-hmm. Because there was towards the end of that interview, it was all you, and there you had this man sitting with a very famous nephew, an actor, and you just sort of touched on it at the end because you wanted to talk about you and tell us a story that you've told us about 10 times before.
That's my program, isn't it?
Yes, I know. So 4 out of 10. There's a call for you on 2. We're listening and we're judging.
You're a hateful wee shite.